My older brother will tell me that mermaids are real, and he will really sit there sometimes and he'll try to explain why mermaids are real and aliens built the pyramids or Bigfoot's not a lie and things like this. And me and my brother are very, very different. I work a lot more on logic and proof of things and understanding things, whereas my brother, would I say, maybe is a bit more with his spirit, or maybe on a hunch, or his gut maybe is probably a better way to say it. And although most of the things my brother says, I'm like, oh, that's just not right, it's just silly, I also appreciate that minds like my brother's are the reason why certain things are investigated. And like the moon, right? Like if everyone's mind was like mine, we would look up at the moon and go, meh, it's just a rock, why are we going to spend so much money going up there? But there are people like my brother that goes, there could be aliens, there could be underground tunnels, there could be this, there could be that. And then you bring it to a person like me, I'm like, I don't think so, but I don't have no proof that it doesn't. So then you have much smarter people build things like rockets and whatnot to go up there and investigate, right? And I think it is a very beautiful thing to understand that everyone has their own brain, and there's like the brain types, right? And again, it comes back to that thing of like, everyone has their place, everyone has their purpose, right? You know, even with the way I think, I love, being with my brother sometimes, and he's talking about a theory, and I love it the most when he puts a theory across that's pretty good, right? It's pretty foolproof. And I love to sit there and think, because I go, hold up, no, you are kind of right there. And it gets me pondering on, well, if that theory is true, I'll sit there for hours talking with him on so many random subjects, especially subjects that he's, watched loads of videos on or seen documentaries and things like that. And I love it. I absolutely love it. As much as I think sometimes it is pretty silly, I love that someone like my brother is thinking about these things. Because who's to say there aren't mermaids, right? But if you always have people like me going, oh, there's definitely not, where's the proof? Then there's never going to be someone, if there was only people like me, then you wouldn't have someone like my brother going, all right, let's go investigate. I want to go see it. I'm curious. I'm interested. And even though that there might not be any benefit to the human race, let's just do it anyway. Anyway, what I would say with theories like the Loch Ness Monster or giants, dragons, you name it, right? There's abundance of tales. I do think that it comes from a place of truth, I really do, because there is no coincidence that, like, something like dragons, right? Dragons are depicted pretty much everywhere in the world. Like, most places in the world depict dragons in ancient times, like really far back. Why is that? Like, why do we see these fire-breathing lizards? But there might have been just a bit exaggeratory on it. But there might have been really big lizards, or maybe something that, I don't know, I just don't know. But it is always really cool to entertain these stories. I think it's cool to entertain all of these stories and to really think about them. Because I do think, personally, they come from a place of truth that's then probably been I've muddled up my words. Exaggeratory? Exaggeratory, is that the word? Exaggerated stories of the truth. My brother just recently showed me this, I don't know if it's called the Flying Town or City or something like that. But basically, it's a rock in the middle of like a forest. And it is like, way up. And on top, there looks to be like a civilization. And in the wall, there are holes that looks like they've been drilled out or whatnot, and it looks like people could have climbed up. And it blows my mind because as people that, you know, study this stuff, they're like, there's like no way they would have been able to, you know, chisel away these holes, and it'd have been near impossible. And why up there? It's a bit random. And then how did they go up and down, and so on and so forth. So the theory is that they had like something like a hippogriff that they could sort of fly up there and land on, which might be a very far-fetched, but maybe not. Maybe there was an animal that could fly, could hold us, and that we used to get up and down. May not have been a hippogriff, but it may have been an animal that we tamed that could be big enough for us to hold our weight. I love thinking about these things. I think the world is filled with these mysteries and filled with these interesting tales. I think even a little bit, even with my brain being trying to be so logical, it is really fun to entertain them and to try to think about, could it be true? How could it be true?